How's it going, everyone? This is going to be the notes for Module 1, Lesson 1. So let's get started. The cover, this is page 1. The inside of the cover is page 2. What we did today was page 3. Turn that page one more time. Page 4 will be behind the notes we took today, which is page 3. Page 4, label it 4, but we're going to keep this blank. Go to the very next page of page 5. And this is where we're going to take our notes. All right. So let's do Module 1, Lesson 1. I'm going to label this Lesson 1. All right, and Lesson 1 is called Relationships. As measuring rate. And all this lesson pretty much is just a bunch of vocabulary words that were discussed in the video we saw today in class. All right, so in order to measure a rate, we need to know what a rate is. In order to know what a rate is, we have to know what a ratio is. So let's write down the word ratio. And define this. Let's define a ratio. A ratio is when we simply compare two numbers. Now that symbol means number. I know it's a hashtag, but it's also known as the symbol for a number. Now there's 3 different ways we can compare two numbers as a ratio. There's 3 different ways. We're going to talk about all 3 right now. Here's my example. We can compare it as A to B. And compare apples to bananas, or boys to girls, or cars to planes, whatever you want to talk about. We can say it as A to B. I have so many apples to so many bananas. Another way I can compare this is like this: A over B. Now this you're familiar with. That's called a fraction. That is nothing more than a ratio. And the third way we can write this is A colon B. All right. Now the way we're going to utilize this the most is like this. You can see ratios written as fractions a lot. So know all 3, but definitely understand this one as a fraction more than anything else. All right, so that's ratios. Now we have something that we are going to use a lot, especially in this module when we talk about things that are consistently occurring or things that have a constant pattern. We call those equivalent ratios. Equivalent ratios. Now, equivalent has a special word in it, the root word of equi or equal. Equivalent ratios are ratios of different numbers with the same value. All right. Different numbers with the same value. Well, what does that mean? Let's do a simple example. Let's do another example. Let's pick an easy ratio, or another word for that is fraction. An easy one would be 1/2. You all know what 1/2 is. Well, what is equal to 1/2? We have 2/4. 1/2 is equal to 2/4, or 2/4 is equal to 1/2. Notice, different numbers, but they are equal to each other. That means they have the same value. So if I had a pizza cut into 2 pieces and you ate one of them, that's the same as me having a pizza cut into 4 pieces and you eating 2 of those pieces. We can go on and say, what about 3/6? Those are equal. Or 18/36. 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. Same value, but they all have different numbers. Those are called equivalent ratios. All right, so now let's get into rates. A rate. Rates are nothing more than ratios or fractions, but they're ratios with different units. All right, what does that mean? What's a different unit? All right, well, let's give another example. Let's go example right here. Let's say we have the numbers 15/1. That's my fraction or my ratio. I'm comparing 2 numbers. I'm comparing the number 15 to the number 1. But 15 what? Or 1 what? What are they? I need some different units. A unit would be something like maybe miles. And that 1 would be something like hours. 15 miles per every 1 hour. That's called speed. I'm sure you've heard about that before. That's nothing more than a rate. Or I can say, another example would be maybe it costs you $5 to purchase 2 snacks. That's another rate. So they need to have different units. Ratios with different units. All right, last but not least, to end these notes, we're going to talk about something called now a unit rate. This we are going to use a lot in this module. So if you're going to know anything, know what a unit rate is. I'll put even a little star over here just to remind you how important this one is. A unit rate is a ratio out of 1. It's a ratio that is out of 1. And it's a rate, which is ratios with different units, and it's going to be out of 1. For example, here's another example. Let's use this part right here, $5 for 2 snacks. If I have $5 that buys me 2 snacks. Then, how many dollars for 1 snack? This right here, that 1, is what we're talking about here. It's out of 1. Out of 1 snack in this case. All right? Now, this division sign, or this fraction sign, means to divide. So 5 divided by 2 would get you that answer. Or, what do I do to 2 to get to 1? I take this 2 and I divide it by 2. Divide 5 by 2 and you get your answer. It'll cost us $2.50. Let's do that in different colors. Do that in blue. $2.50 would be how much it would cost for 1 snack. Anything out of 1 is called the unit rate. All right, good job, everyone. Make sure you copy these notes into your interactive notebook on page 5. If you need to watch the video a few times to copy it down, do that. Also, I'm going to take a picture of this and put it up as a PDF for you to copy as well. If you have any questions, please put it in the discussion board on Monday the 28th, and I'll answer those questions tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you all soon.